welcome to another episode of the Small Business Showcase. I'm your host, B-Rad, and we're doing another special episode today. We are mixing the Problem Solver episode with the Spotlight episode, and I am spotlighting a very special guest today. We have Jen Grubb here with the Buzzy B. How you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So for spotlighting the Buzzy Bee, she does an amazing job at everything she does. She's even got a mascot too that she has at events. You plan events, you have a calendar on your website with events, and you just are everywhere.
That feels that way for sure.
So how did all this start?
So the main focus of the Buzzy Bee is making parenting easier and more fun. I became a mom at a really young age, and back in the day, they didn't have any types of resources. And so I already had the odds against me being a young mom. There weren't such things as the internet, things like that, but I was always going to the library or going wherever trying to find events and things to do with my daughter. So as I got older and had more kids, I kept finding that the resources for these kinds of things were bleak and far between. So, it's kind of how I found a company called Hula Frog, which is now out of business, which kind of did what I wanted to do. And so I started working for them and started learning the process and whatnot. And, Hula Frog got bought out by Macaroni Kid, and then I worked for Macaroni Kid for 3 years, and then found that Macaroni Kid, to me personally, was more about the higher ups than the people doing the job. And I thought there's got to be a better way to do this. So I had lots of ideas. I had lots of creativity, but I was constantly being blocked and not allowed to do those things. Everything was very strict. Everything was very regimented. Every site was exactly the same. And I thought, this isn't really a parenting resource. So I left Macaroni Kid and branched out, started the Buzzy Bee. So I do everything. I don't focus on one age in particular. I do mostly from prenatal and pregnancy clear up to 100 years old. And the calendar is just that for everyone. It's not just based on story times or, kid events. There's date nights, there's hiking guides, there's fishing guides, there's anything and everything you can think of for all ages. It's all inclusive for everyone.
So you found a problem within the company you were working for, plus just in your own personal life, and you solved it by creating the Buzzy Bee. And what gave you the idea that, hey, this is how I want to do it? Because you said a lot of ideas were flowing. What inspired the ideas?
Business-wise or for the parents?
Both.
I think being blocked and not allowed to doing a lot of the things with the previous company and being able to do the things I wanted to do, whereas there were certain companies I couldn't work with before because they were national campaigns and the higher ups wanted the money for the national campaign. So my goal is eventually that the Buzzy Bee will be, I don't want to say franchised, but there will be a Buzzy Bee Denver. There'll be a Buzzy Bee Las Vegas. There'll be a Buzzy Bee Texas. But it'll be for the people doing the work, not, corporate, and it'll be less corporatized, I guess. But the information is all information people are always looking for. Where do I take my kids on a Tuesday? Where are there good fishing holes or lakes or streams that I can take my kids? Or what hikes are stroller friendly, if there are such a thing, which there are. So my calendar has between 5 and 100 events every day going on around town that people just don't know about or even know where to look. And then I have great guides, like where to fish, where to camp, where to hike with kids, certain ages. My calendar is all coded by age. So if you're looking specifically for something like date nights, or I've got 50 date nights under $50 is one I just wrote. I have all the splash pads, and I have resources for kids on the spectrum. I have a lot of homeschool events. I have a lot of neurodivergent specific sections and stuff. So I didn't want to just cater to 4 to 12. I wanted to cater to basically everyone. So anybody can use my site, even if you don't even live in Colorado. The guides aren't probably not for you, and neither is the calendar, but there's articles on sibling rivalry and how to keep your kids not from killing each other, and why forcing your kids to apologize isn't the right thing to do or to go about it. Or, I have recipes that are kid friendly, and then I have crock pot recipes. I have crafts. I always say, if you can't find something to do on my website, I don't care how old you are, I'll babysit your kids for 2 weeks for free.
Well, then there you go. You just heard that. She'll babysit your kids for 2 weeks for free. Call her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when it comes to like events, is there like I would say like a list to determine if they should go on there? Because there's so many events out there. How do you determine if it should be on your calendar, or does everyone's just go on your calendar?
There are probably some that I don't put on, but it's always free for any business to put their event on my calendar. But for the most part, yeah, I try not to exclude anyone. We want to make sure that there is something for everyone. And if I exclude certain events, then that's excluding certain groups, and I try not to do that. So we'll have everything from, St. Patrick's Day to Gay Pride Parade and, Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth, all of that's on there. So that there is definitely something for everyone, regardless of your age or what you're looking for. We do have, like on some of the date nights, I will pair up with restaurants, and, they're at bars and, restaurants like the Melting Pot or whatever, where we give certificates and things like that. But like I have contests right now for everything from, let's see, I've got a comedy club at Oxymorons tickets. I have, what's that? The pterodactyl, I think is what's called, at the Cave of the Winds. I have got that up right now. I've got monster trucks going. So there's contests even for everybody of all ages. There's Texas Roadhouse and Bubba's and things like that are always free to enter. So even the contest I try to keep for everybody, not just for kids or families.
Now, is there just the website, or is there also an app for them to find your calendar?
I don't have an app, but if you click it, for whatever reason, it will showcase on your homepage on your phone, but I don't have an app for it per se. But if you just go to the website, there's buttons, and you can jump straight to the calendar, or you can jump straight to articles, or you can jump to, I have what's called the Buzz List, which is all businesses that I find that are great, that I personally have worked with, that I love. And, summer camps, whatever you want to find, I've got it there.
And then when it comes to your calendar, events that you will be at or you hosting, how can they determine that versus a regular event that you're just listing on the calendar?
So when you log into the calendar page, I think right now there's 9 that I'm either co-hosting or being a part of or sponsoring or whatever. So the ones that I personally will be at are all showcased on the top, and then you just scroll to the calendar.
Okay. Now, you mentioned parenting tips and, guides that you have and recipes. Let's dive in a little bit into that. Which one do you want to start first?
You choose.
So let's do with the recipes, because obviously you got the donuts. So, I like food. Are these personal recipes of yours? Or are these ones you found and tried? Like, where do you find them? Both?
Yes. So I try to break it down. I have 3 budget-friendly recipes I put up almost weekly. And then I also have crock pot recipes that I put up seasonally. And then I have recipes that are kid friendly, and then I have budget friendly recipes. So if you're looking specifically for recipes that are under $6, I've got that. I also have like 3 ingredient crock pot recipes. So I try to make it as easy, but then I also showcase a lot of them that are easier for the kids, that you can get in the kitchen and work with the kids, and they'll actually eat it because they made it. So there's some method to the madness there. So, but yeah, there's can't even tell you. There's probably 300 or 400 recipes over in there. There's desserts. There's easy, kid friendly. There's non-bake. There's, soups, casseroles, crock pot. It's all in there.
So what would you say off the top of your head is your favorite recipe right now that you have on there that you're like, everyone should try?
I don't have it on there yet, but it is my too much chocolate cake.
Too much chocolate. Is there such a thing as too much chocolate?
I don't think so, but it certainly gives a run for the money on that. But it is an amazing cake that I actually won an award for like 20 years ago, and my kids just love it. And I don't make it very often, but when I do, it's gone in usually a day. So I will get it up there now that I spilled the beans.
But now they have a reason to check.
That's true. I
have a lasagna that I put into a tasting contest. It only got second place because they didn't do separate categories. They just did all the food, and I lost to Oreo cheesecake. It's the only thing it lost to.
Yeah, that's not even...
And the judge goes, well, I'm sorry, we couldn't allow lasagna to beat Oreo cheesecake. I'm like, oh, so I didn't even get a fair one.
Right.
So technically, it should have won.
That's true. I would love it. I love a good lasagna.
I'll to make it for you so you can put it on the recipe if you like it.
Perfect.
Let you try it first.
Perfect.
Now, someone like me, I am very, very picky. I do not eat fruit and vegetables. I do not eat seafood. So someone like me, would I be able to find a good meal with no fruit, no vegetables, no seafood on your recipes at times?
Oh, yeah. I have plenty that are just 3 ingredient dump into a crock pot.
When I think 3 ingredients, I still think that there's some type of like carrot or something in it.
There's like, cream of chicken, soup, rice, and some chicken.
I don't like rice. There you go. I eliminated that
All
one.
right, noodles.
Noodles. Spaghetti noodles.
Yes. Well, we can come up with something for you because I even have a whole section on kids that are picky eaters. So you could go to that one.
Well, you said kids. You didn't say adults that are picky eaters.
Well, it's not age exclusive, but for the people that don't like vegetables or onions or nuts,
I'm still in the kid category.
Yes. You can go to the mac and cheese section and you would probably find a lot there that you would like.
Now, there is one recipe I found. Have you ever heard of garlic bread pizza?
I don't know if I've heard it, but I would certainly make that.
So it's garlic bread. What I normally do is I get the New York style Texas toast garlic bread, put it in the oven, get for like 2-3 minutes, get it a little bit unfrozen. You put pizza sauce on it, mozzarella and cheddar cheese, maybe some pepperonis, put it back in the oven and pull it out. It is a perfect thing for kids.
I was going to say, that's a perfect kid recipe, too.
Hey, that's why I'm following the kid category.
Exactly. Kids would have fun even making that, and it's really simple. So, yeah, that would be a good one, too.
I actually I tried a TikTok video because I see all these people doing the recipes, and they snap their fingers.
Right.
So I made a very failed video of it, but it still shows it being made. So it is on the Small Business Showcase TikTok where you can see how it comes out. And
I'll have to check that out.
Trust me, it is the best garlic bread you'll eat.
Nice.
And so simple.
Walking hungry, feel that glow. Pick your lane, let the flavor show. Cheesy dreams on the board tonight. Fresh made comfort, clean and bright. Got your own way, build it right. Make it bold, make it light. Picky eater, bring them through. There's a plate with a win for you. Woodman's calling, come on in. Something hot for every grin. Take your favorite, stack it high. Watch that first bite light your eyes. I heart mac and cheese, Woodman. I heart mac and cheese, Woodman. Cheesy dreams and good vibes come alive at Woodman. I heart mac and cheese, Woodman. I heart mac and cheese, Woodman. One bite and you'll understand why everybody's coming back again.
Colorado is a place of freedom and beauty, but behind the scenes, many of us are struggling with stress, anxiety, or even the weight of a DUI. You do not have to face this alone. At A New Hope Counseling, we bring 30 years of combined experience helping people take back their lives. We specialize in mental health and substance abuse counseling, DUI treatment, and lens neurofeedback. Our approach is holistic, personal, and built for real change. No judgment, just real solutions. Serving Colorado Springs and all of Colorado, you can reach us by calling 719-896-5163, or you can text 719-233-2967. Why a New Hope Counseling? Because you deserve a new beginning.
So with parenting tips, now I myself, I'm not a parent, so I don't have the best questions for it. But one of the things that I think is funny is a lot of my parenting friends say, don't get me wrong, I love my kids to death, but don't have kids. So with that being said, I feel like they probably might need a little bit of parenting tips because they're hellions and heathens and things like that. So how does the parenting tips you think really help just in general? Because life in general has no guidebook.
That is true. I have things called Buzzy hacks, which are easier to make things like, say, in the morning, because the morning is always, excuse my French, but there's no other polite way to say a shit show trying to get the kids out the door. So like a basket near, a lot of this is common sense, but sometimes people actually need to hear it. But, where they hang their backpacks, that's where, the night before they put their shoes right there. I lay out her clothes the night before. So there's no, scrambling. There's hacks for your car. I have, how to keep them busy in the car and not annoyed or not, this generation is considered the iPad kids, which exhibit A over there. But, how to keep screen time down. I have tips on reward systems. I have sibling rivalry. I have, when games that the kids can play, together that build bonding. I have the hacks is a good one. I come up with 2 new hacks every week. Everything from, snacking. They have their own drawer, their own cupboard or whatever with their own plates, their own bowls to teach them their own, type of independence type of stuff. Like she has a snack basket, where she we'll say parent approved snacks that she doesn't have to ask for. She can just go get and just, and then snacks in the car keep them happy, things like that, a bag in the car with toys or whatever. I have everything that for cozy corners, if you have sensory friendly kids, things like that. I have hacks on how to calm kids down. I have activities that are sensory friendly that she still even likes to do them even though she's not on the spectrum. They're just fun little crafts to do. That she made like a glitter ball or a glitter jar. And that was really simple. It was fun to make, and she has fun with it, So I guess having all of the information in one place, and you can sit there at your own schedule and your own time frame and just cruise through the articles and the guides, and stuff makes sense, stuff may not make sense, but it's all there in one place, and you can try it out, not try it out, think that's a good idea, think that's a stupid idea, but you never know. What works for one person doesn't always work for another. So I've got it all.
Is this all stuff that you've personally tried, or is this also advice and stuff you've learned from other people too over the years?
Both. Definitely both.
Now, when it comes to your parenting guide, is there something on there that you're like, man, I wish I knew before I had to learn the hard way to put it on your guide?
I couldn't even narrow that down to one. I think routines. I have a lot of routine stuff in there. And I have can't stress how important routines are, both for the parents and for the kids, because they know what's coming, they know what to expect, and they know how to fall to the next step. But I have, I don't know, there's just so much information. Like every month I do 30 days of reading. So I have 30 different books based on age. I have keep them moving, especially now during the summer, when they're not in school and they don't have recess and stuff, just how to get them out from behind the computers. I have, 30 days of moving, and then I have like jokes for kids, and I've got crafts as far as like downloadable projects that they can do. I have lots of different videos, or not videos, but articles on, different things they can do that don't involve the computer or behind the screens, and a reward chart system. We've got, lots of things like that if I had then, back when I was a young mom, would have been so instrumental.
So with the Buzzy B, how did you come up with the name of this business?
So I wanted it to be busy, but that was taken because when my girls would be doing crafts or, working on something, I would always walk by and say, "What are you doing, Busy Bee?" And so it just kind of, when I left Macaroni Kid to do it, I was like, what was I going to do for a business name? I was like, originally I was like Pikes Peak Parent. And then I was like, no, because I don't want to limit myself. I wanted a name that I can go, throughout the entire United States if, and not keeping it local, so that I can branch and, can grow into different areas and cities and states. So it just kind of made sense. And because it's for them, technically. So they are my busy bees. So which ironically, I am deathly afraid of bees and I'm deathly allergic. So I have all bees. I mean, everybody gives me bee stuff and I hate bees.
But you even have a mascot of a bee.
I'm not afraid of that though.
And what's the name of the mascot?
Buzzy.
Just Buzzy?
Yeah, just Buzzy.
So how did you create him? Did it just come with everyone giving you all these bee gifts and you're just like, fine, I'm going to do it? Or how'd the whole Buzzy mascot come about?
The mascot more came about because I was like, I need something more branded. I need something that's fun because I work with kids, something that's noticeable. So I immediately thought right after I came up with the name, I was like, I need to get a bee logo or a bee mascot because doing the events, the kids always want, to touch the mascot and take pictures. And I was like, that would be perfect. And like with Macaroni Kid, what would you do? A noodle?
Yeah, a little noodle.
I mean,
I have a macaroni
right.
Noodle, put some cheese on me.
Yeah, so with the Buzzy Bee, at least I was like, okay, at least it's something simple that, I can have a bee mascot and have bee branding. So I was like, it was kind of an easy transition. So she just doesn't buzz or have a stinger, thank God.
Well, we got up with like a buzzing voice box or something, bzz, 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 like a little theme song.
I do have a theme song on my website.
There you go.
I do.
Now that's something you should definitely check the website to check out is that theme song.
It's kind of funny.
Maybe our production person will add in your theme song in the video at some random point now.
He's like, nope.
Back to your past. Welcome a nerd. Still you. Controllers, comics, collectibles too. Retro or modern, there's something for you. Level up, power up, game on all day. Nerds are just got the treasures. Everybody wants to play. Nerds are back to your past. Nerds are back to your past. Level up, back to your past. Welcome. That wanted lie, yeah, don't ignore it. Lugs and plugs, automotive, Colorado Springs. We know the lane, keeping your ride running like it should be. Day to day, brakes making noise, engine not right, bring it in, we'll check it clean. Honest work, no mystery book, just the truth. Under the hood you need the crew at Lugs and Plugs will treat you right. We look it over once, then we make it right. Lugs and Plugs, automotive, honest work, local people. Lugs and Plugs, automotive, back on the road, back on the road. Say showcase when you book for your brake replacement. Get a voucher, free oil change in your hand.
So what is the website for people to go to? Because we haven't actually mentioned the name of the website.
Oh, it's just www.thebuzzybee, just the letter B, not EE, just B.com.
And, you can tell she's still young. She's only 23 years old, but she had to mention the www.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. HTTP/.
Oh, now you're really going back to dial up.
Right.
Is there anything personal that you would like people to know about you personally, especially because of you having the parenting tips and just everything that you do, or anything unique about you? I mean, you did mention that you're allergic to bees and hate them.
I am allergic to bees. They do terrify me. You will see me scream like a little girl if there is one flying around. Now, I mean, I have 4 girls, and I have all age ranges. My oldest daughter just turned 38, and my youngest daughter is 9. So I have a child in every realm of from teenage, down to under 10. So, and I have 2 teaching degrees. So I was a teacher for a while before, or after, I should say. I was in law enforcement for years. And everyone's like, how do you go from law enforcement to children? I'm like, the mentality really isn't that different. So.
I can see that.
Yeah. So, yeah, law enforcement. And then I wanted to be on the same schedule once we started having kids, and was trying to think what kind of career I could do. And I went back to school and got a teaching degree and was teaching for a while, and just decided I like to be out, and I like to, I mean, I don't know who doesn't likes to work their own hours. So I was trying to think, how can I combine all of these things and, still be around with my kids, try to build a legacy for them once I'm gone, something that also helps the community and gets me out in the community, and, can build fun things for, the people everywhere.
That's pretty cool. You literally have taken your teaching and developed a whole new teaching platform.
Yeah, I do have I have a DIY summer camp, which is 7 weeks of summer camps if you miss the deadlines or you can't afford it. I have it all broken down into 7 weeks with themes and prices and supply list of everything. One's like dinosaurs, one's music and arts, one's, so I did actually get to use some of that, put it in there.
Now, a lot of people, like you've said, that they could do their events free on your website and your guides and stuff are free. How can someone support you and the Buzzy Bee?
I would love to showcase, or like you, I do have advertising spaces. I obviously take donations, everything to keep the Buzzy Bee up and running. I have buy me a tea. I think they have a buy me a coffee, but I don't drink coffee. I drink tea. So, but yeah, supporting me different ways, obviously, like and follow on Facebook and Instagram. I have a free newsletter that I send out every Wednesday night that highlights and showcases businesses, and then all of the events that I have coming up, as well as new guides, new articles, new trips. Oh my gosh, English is my first language. You're going to cut that out, right? Tips and tricks.
No, we make it all
wrong. And so I put that together, and then every Wednesday night I just send that out, kind of highlighting all of the good stuff for the next 7 days. But advertising is where I make my money. Will be where I make my money. Hopefully.
So with the Buzzy Bee, instead of doing the buy you a tea, bring you honey. That's a little revenge to the bees that you don't like.
Right.
Bring her honey. And the saying is, if you see me run, something's chasing me. If you see her running and screaming, it's just a bee. Don't worry.
That is probably true.
I have probably been stung over 1,000 times by bees as a kid and stuff, so I don't like bees either. So I get that. Is there anything else that we may not have mentioned about the Buzzy Bee, or anything that you want to make sure that we do showcase and highlight?
No, I think we pretty much covered it all. I want to be known for something for everybody. I don't want to just be a kid's website. That is my primary focus, is helping parents parent, and, kids have fun and parents have fun. But, I've got stuff for senior citizens too. So, don't forget, it's 0 to 100 at least, so.
But if you're 101, you're too
That's
old.
right. Can't help you.
Well, we appreciate you for being on today. And we want to give a shout out to Dominique with Art Matters Productions for doing the video and the audio for the show. We do want to give a shout out to our sponsors too. Nathan, the general manager of Snooze AM Eatery. We have also, if you say the word showcase, you get free pancakes, no purchase necessary. Carrie Mann with I Heart Mac and Cheese. Use the word showcase for buy one, get one free. We have Brandy Pendleton with Pendleton Heating and Cooling. Right now, Showcase will get you $500 off your new AC. Because trust me, this heat, you need the AC.
Yeah.
We want to give a shout out to Leanne and Rena with A New Hope Counseling. They can help you with DUI help, addiction recovery. We want to give a shout out to... cut this part out because I forgot. We want to give a shout out to Ed with Lugs and Plugs. Use the word showcase after you do your brake change, and he'll give you a voucher for an oil change up to 5 quarts as well. And then we want to give a shout out to Nerdsalgia and the Citadel Mall with Griff. Your little pins. He's got so many cool ones. Showcase gets them for $5 instead of $8.99. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube, Podbeam, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, Sirius XM, Pandora, and anywhere else you're hearing us. Tune in for our next episode. And thanks again, Jen, with the Buzzy B for being on.
Thanks for having me. I loved it.
And thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.